Hello and welcome to my new video. This will not be just a tutorial. Uh, I want, if you know, or maybe you have seen my video I recently posted with my scene rig I made. And honestly, I was a little disappointed about the donations and something else. So, oh yes, thanks a lot to the three donator I had since now. Really nice, thank you. And as I said, I was a little disappointed, and so I decided to make a pro version of my rig. Of course, the light version, let's say the light version, will stay online, and you can use it, and I'm sure do some small updates for the light version too. And if it's enough for you, or you have other studio rigs or something else, so it's okay. Uh, or watch the video if tell me what you think about my rig. And this Pro rig is not for free. I tell you the price, so if it's too expensive for you, you can say no. Pooh, I leave this video, or I scroll forward to the tutorial part. There is a small tutorial part, a really small tutorial, but I think it's not so uninteresting. So the price for this Pro version will be €10, and for this €10 you will get, I think, quite a lot. And yes, and yeah, and the tutorial part will be I will show you how to make your own HDRI maps. So how you set a scene and bake from this scene an HDRI map, so you can use it as to lighten your scenes and everything. So in this HDRI maps you can use with every studio, just throw it on a sky object or something else to light your scene. So if you don't, if you are not interested in the rig, so you can scroll forward to the tutorial part, but I think it's worth to watch it, to have a look. So let's start. Okay, of course the first thing is in the content browser we have, this is the old rig, this is the normal rig, the light version, let's say, and here we have the Pro rig. Just double click it and we are here. First thing you see, we have no next screen, no nothing, of course. Next thing you will see, we have here an HDRI thing and background, so we have this separated, so it's, you can see it easier where is what. And okay, of course you get this, if you render this, so with Control R on the keyboard, you get this white infinite floor. So, and now to see how the lighting and the reflection and everything, so let's make for an object, okay, make this editable, okay, then select all polygons, so Control A on your keyboard. Then I want to inner extrude it, I on the keyboard, preserve groups not checked, so okay, then D to extrude, and yeah, that's enough, just to show you that, how the reflection look and something else. Then I want to bevel these edges, so I take the bevel deformer, hold shift on the keyboard so it becomes a child of the object here. And I want the offset a little bigger, like, let's say, something like this, yes. And more subdivisions to get smooth roundings. Okay, this I don't like here. So go to topology and go to patch. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, next thing we need is an reflective material. So we do just a simple material, use just a reflectance channel. the specular we don't need. Oops. Take it back when it renders a little faster. And final to conductor and gold. Yeah, let's say gold material. Everything okay, and here a little blurry. Okay, and this we throw on our object. Whoops. And now let's render this thing and let's see what we get. This, we have a very nice result here with just doing nothing. Just click the double click the content browser and you have the rig here. So of course this is the very low settings. So in the settings, the render settings, I made some. You see this is a very low, and it's really very low, so it's just fixed with 0.5, so that's nothing. Of course every setting you switch GI, and but what you get here is almost an live update if you render it with the interactive render region. I'll make this here. You will see, Jack, you see you have very fast a preview, so you can see where are your reflections and how they look and something else. And I think that's quite nice. So in the middle part it goes quite fast too, with a better, of course, with better result. Let's test the middle part. You see, it's fast and really nice preview, I think. And without this render region, let's render this with the middle setting now. This you get a really nice result, quite fast. And we did nothing until now. We just made this object and throw an object and throw a material on it. Okay, now the features. Let's go. First thing is, okay, the light intensity is, you know, it's just the overall lighting, so it gets brighter and darker. The reflection brightness. Let's make an interactive render set region here. We have here the reflection, and in the reflection brightness, of course, you can brighten up your reflection. And of course make it darker too. So. And what I have here in this Pro version, you have here a preview. That means if you click this preview on, you get this sphere here. Let's hide this for a moment. You get this sphere, and with the rotation here, this sphere shows you exactly from where the reflection is coming. So if you take another HDRI, yes, in the Pro version you get an HDRI Map Pack included. I sell this pack for €5, but in the Pro version here it's included, so you get the Pro version, so it costs €5. So. And here is what you get. These whole maps are included then. And let's say I want to have just this window-like thing here. I take this. As you this JPEGs, that's just previews for me. They are not included. So you get these XR files. They are all in a size of 3000 to 2500. So it should be quite enough. So it's big enough for everything normally. So, and there's this AXR file you can just drag in, take it and drag it here in the file slot. I don't want to copy it now in my scene. And you see, we get this, and with the rotation I see exactly where I have my window, from where comes the light. So if I now do this, yeah, the next thing is, if you render now, you don't see the sphere, of course. So if we make an interactive render, the sphere disappears. But when you now rotate it, and you have activated the interactive sphere, doesn't matter. You rotate it, you see the sphere. Then just okay, and that's it. Okay, now we can not the correct HDRI to show this. I will take this one. Yeah, you see immediately what's going on. Oop. Now I know here the darker part, then light part. And if I see that's too dark for me, I go brightness here. Okay, maybe go to here, here. You see, you get, every time you get other reflections. So let's take this one here. This is a nice one, I think. And now we have that reflection brightness too high. Yeah, that looks so nice. The next thing you can do, so it's, as I showed it, yeah, you can of course make the preview bigger and smaller. So let's hide this. The next thing is it's like this. The contrast, of course, and so you get sharper reflections or smoother reflections. Then the hue and the saturation, so you can change your colors. If you want to go with the saturation a little up, and with the hue you can play with the colors. And you can colorize this too, so you should get other results, but not every time. This when you have not just a white. This is just a white HDRI. If you have a colored HDRI, you can play with this. So, but now let's say I want a light red thing here. You get very nice reflections here. Or go to the saturator, to the hue, like a green, blue, as you see it. And the nice thing is here, every time you see what you do here with the preview. So that's this, the rotation I told you. Okay, now let's go to the floor settings. Sorry. With the floor settings, here we have you can change, of course, the background color, so make it bigger like this. So, okay, and maybe we go to the low. So here now you see something. If you now not, but with GI, I'll show you with GI. With GI, you see sometimes this disk here. This is the floor. But with the higher render settings, this will disappear, so you don't see it then. We can go now to the middle GI, and you see it's getting better. And if we just render it with the, not with the interactive render, with the normal render. Yeah, and here you should take, if you have something like this with floor, you should take an HDRI without an floor. So you have in the map set, you have here this NF means no floor, and this is with floor. So If we take a setting with no floor, let's say this one, okay. Drag it to here. Whoop. Nope. Then you get nicer results. You see, then you see that almost nothing in the background. Yeah, but because now the reflection of the floor isn't available here, so we have our own floor. What's the better way, of course. This settings with floor, they are normally these with floor settings I made for renders without floor. So if you go here, make this with floor, and now we can background floor and turn off our floor. Now we get the whole thing here. And now with the floor reflections we get light from down here too. What we don't get when we take the no floor HDRI. But you can play with this and you will find out how everything works, so it's no problem. So the next thing, the floor says you can turn off the background too. That was in the light version the same. So you get black. Okay, and turn the floor back on. Okay. The next thing is, yeah, of course you can move up and down the floor. This is what's in the light version the same. And now if I want the reflective floor, let's go to the render settings for a moment and make it middle without HDR. So let's go to the reflection on, and now I want reflection on the floor. And you see we get nice reflections here. And I want blurry reflections, no problem. Increase the blurriness. There's nice blurry reflections here. And I think it looks better if it's darker, so go here, make the floor a little darker, this gradient. So let's say something like this. Normally I make this color, then I delete this one, so just drag it out. Then with Control key and drag it, and this knob, drag it to the right, so you copy this knob. And now I just go a little darker here. And now I see the reflections much better, and they look great. So, and if you want to see the reflections of the HDRI map too, you can turn it on here. Normally it doesn't look so nice, but sometimes it's okay. Here you don't see it anyway, so let's make the blurriness away. And let's search another. Yeah, of course we don't have. Let's take which one we have here in. Here. Let's take this one. Now you see the HDRI in the floor too, and we have much too bright this whole thing. But if I turn off this reflection here, I just get a reflection from the object. The blurriness on, less reflections. Yeah, now you can. This is a very, yeah, that's the next thing. What you can do, this is the reflection area. This is in the light version too. So if you drag the left, there's the right knob here, the black knob to the left, you get a smaller area. You see, it's just an area like here, and if you do it like this, it's the whole floor. You see, it stops on the floor. Something like this. We have a white reflection, but not down to the floor. So, of course, you can alter the floor size too. If you go and you can make a floor. It does not go just to 2000. You can here with the arrow keys hold it and drag it up. You can drag it to 5000. I did okay. Normally you don't need more. So you can do it like this. But I personally I don't like this HDRI reflection on them. So yeah, and I see it's too bright for me here. So go to the reflection brightness, and go down a little bit. You see, it's much nicer. Yeah. Okay. Now we will see which HDRI we have here. Okay. Let's try another thing. Let's try this one maybe. Normally I don't like it with floor, but sometimes it works. Okay. You see the reflection brightness? That's too much. Yeah, you can play hours and hours. Okay, and let's make this little lighter, something like this, and something like this. Okay. And it renders really fast. We are we are here in the middle. So if you go to the low, it have it immediately. And it's enough quality to see the reflections. You get almost a live preview. So, oh, I play with the wrong reflections, I see. Yeah. Okay, and as I said, you can play with the saturation. Yeah, funny things. Okay, that's the rig. So we have everything. You can just drag any file here. It has not to be an EXR or an HDR, or you can throw a bitmap here or a JPEG here too, but you don't get so much light information then. But it should work with let's make it a JPEG here. JPEG, and throw in a JPEG. Let's see what we get. You lose some light information from the EXR. EXR. And this is just 800 by 400, and this EXR, as I said, is 3000 to 2500. Okay, so you can change the brightness, contrast, so this is the sharpness of the reflection, hue and saturation for the color rise. It's like in Photoshop, sometimes you need it. Rotation, so you see the preview nice, preview on and off, of course. And the background, you can change the background color easily. Of course, you can do more colors too. You could go here and let's say load the preset. I have the Rastafari. Can put in everything you want. So okay, that was heavy, but why not? And now I want to see it a little better here. Rasterman vibrations. Yeah. And this is with the interactive render setting in the middle, so it's quite good. Okay, so the next thing I will show you, okay, here we have this. The floor size, I told you, move up, down is, here you turn on the reflections, strange, blur, HDRI on and floor on off, self-explained, I think. So the next thing, now it comes the tutorial part. Let's make a new scene, so close this scene. Nope. For this we need very few things. So we need a studio-like, just a B studio. So we take this cube, make something like this. It doesn't matter how it looks, make it editable. Okay, then take these 2 points, this one and this one. And we have this. Next thing, we take this edge here. I make a set selection tag, so I have saved this selection here. Of course, you can't this set selection here you have here too. Then yes, I take my bevel, hold my shift key, go out of here, so bevel, and in the bevel, in the options, I throw this selection tag in here, so that that thing knows what to bevel. So, and you see, I can make a round studio easily, make it a little thing like this, okay. Yep. Now let's take this edge here and far, so that should be enough. Okay. Now, okay, here in the bevel I want to break, so now it's smoother. Okay. Next thing we need is a simple sphere. Take a sphere, make it a little smaller, like 50. Yeah, 50 should be enough. Take this studio and put it a little back. Make it maybe a little bigger, the whole studio. So up here, a little up here, a little up here, and T for scale, and scale it like this here, something like this. Okay, it's not very strict, so do whatever you want here. It's important now that the material we need. We need just a reflective material, only refraction. So I go to my reflectance, take a GGX, and only reflections, nothing, no Fresnel, no nothing, just reflection. It's like a mirror, and put it on this sphere. Okay, that's the whole thing we need normally. Normally, the next thing we need is this. Put it here down. We need a tag, a big texture tag. We go to big texture. Then we go on it, and in the options, we just want the reflection. So it backs the reflections on this sphere. Then here you can set the dimensions, so as I said, the 3000 to 1500, and then you can choose which file you want. So you can choose an HDR, or here you have HDR, and I prefer the EXR. Okay, so now to the HDR, make a test map, test. Okay, that we should see then here in. Okay, now we need material for our studio. We take just the white material. Of course, you can take here other colors too, but if you want maybe a red color in your scene, in your lighting, so make it red, this sphere, and into this studio. But you will see what I mean in a moment. Okay, and put it on the studio. And now, if we bake this, we have here a preview. If we bake this, we get a texture like this. You see, it's just the bright white studio we see here. That's all. And now I want to make a light. Let's say I make a area light. Put it, let's see, here, then rotate it, make it from above, rotate it, like here, and move it something like this, and R, and move it down, and E, and up a little bit. So, okay, let's see, say this is our light. If we, sorry, if we now bake this, we won't see it, I think. Go on preview, you see nothing. The reason is this: in your light, you have to activate in the details the specular we don't need. We show in render. That should help. Let's see, preview, and you see now we have the lights here. And if I want it like this, you see how it changes here. So you can set your studio how you like it, and then take this HDRI out of this. See, let's say, okay, this nice, and now I want something like a window. So let's say, okay, I want, for this I take a plane, make it plus x, so minus x doesn't matter, make it smaller, okay, something like this. Now I need the material. I make just an luminance material, and in this material I want to effects, no, not effects, surfaces and tiles. So show this for a moment here. Okay, and then the tiles, I go to, don't need red, black, and here black, here white, okay, maybe white, yeah, that looks better. And let's see here, the scale of 400 is too big. Let's see how we can, how we can a little bigger. So okay, good, nice one. I want this little sharper here, so take the bevel and take it to 1%. That's okay. Good. Yeah, okay. And now let's see what we get now. We get something here. And go to our preview. And here, now I see it, that's the good. So here we have this window. And now let's bake it. I said I wanted to do this thing here. This file, you know what I mean, to this place. And bake it. This baking needs a little. Okay, now it's ready, and now we can look what we got. Now we got this nice thing here. Oh, you don't see the whole picture now in the video, but you get an idea. And this you can use for your renderings and for your lightings and something else. I think, and if you want the same, just without the floor, of course, just deactivate the studio. Now make a preview and you get the same without the floor. I override it now. That renders it, of course, faster. And now we get this. That's the way you can make your own HDRIs. So just make a studio like you want it. You can make, what can we make? Yeah, maybe one more. Let's make an disk. Yeah, make it, let it be like this. Then make an array object. Here we have an array. Hold the Alt key so array becomes parent. We need a smaller disk, of course, T for scale. Then we need small radius in the array. Where is the radius? Here is the radius. Okay, and now, sorry, take this array, E for moving, R for rotation. Whoops. Something like this. Then here we need just a luminant color, so they can just luminance and put it on the disk. And now we have a nice ring light. Let's see, preview. You see here we have our ring light. And if we bake this, yep. You get very interesting reflections with such things. Go here, and now we have this thing with the ring and everything, so nice reflections. Okay, that's it. It's nothing more, so I hope you liked it, and don't forget you get this Pro version. If you buy it, you get the whole rig, and of course with all the maps here. And of course I do updates, and the updates of course are free. So yeah, what can I say more? Nothing. And as I said, the light version will be free and will stay free, and you can get it. And I know there are enough such studio rigs out there, but I did my own. First thing, if I'm honest, is that the most of them, they are too expensive, and the cheap ones, I missed one thing I missed there, one thing I missed there, and so I want to do my own thing. And well, maybe you like it too. So Then I wish you a nice day. For me it's evening now. It's 8 p.m. And yes, so yes, and all the links you need, you will find it in this description, of course. At the moment, I only can work with PayPal payment, but I think it's okay. Most of you will have it. And yes, and it works like this. If you pay it, so let's say you pay this Nikomedias Studio Rig Pro, and I get an email then from PayPal that you paid it, and I will send you the download links. On this email I have from you from the PayPal, what you have in the PayPal. This, and normally I send the download links in within a few minutes. But I do everything manually, and I'm alone, so I have nobody with me. So. And I'm of course not 24 hours a day in front of my PC, so it can take a little longer. But within 24 hours you get your links for sure. But as I said, normally you should get it within few minutes. Okay, and of course you can, if you want just these HDRI maps, you can buy them alone with €5, or the rig, which includes the maps, costs €10. And I think that's a fair price. Okay, so I wish you a nice day, as I said, a nice evening, good morning, wherever you are. And we will see us soon. The next thing I will do is another longer tutorial. But I'm not sure which one I do. I have here a to-do list, and we will see which one I choose. If you have some suggestions for tutorials or wishes for tutorials, just write it in the comments, and I will see what I can do. If I'm able to tackle your wish, so I will do it. Okay, so bye bye and have a nice day.